In the name of God, who is most gracious, most merciful, we welcome you all here today. First of all, I would just like to thank you all, thank the media, thank everyone in our community, everyone in the non-Muslim community, students, the football players of Ardrey Kell, everyone who has reached out. The outpouring of support has been great, and we really appreciate that because that's what's needed at this time. We are here today to make a call for justice for our dear sister, a call that includes a thorough hate crime investigation. Some might say, why a hate crime? A hate crime is foremost based on the intent. You can do one thing to someone, but if there's no intent behind it, it's hard to prove. It's just an assault. But when there's intent, that's what a hate crime is. The young man who happened to be an Ardrey Kell football player seemed to have plenty of hate and filled with intent. He called our sister the B word, the N word, and he told her to go back to her country. Our sister, who wears the hijab daily and is clearly identifiable as a Muslim, this is her own country. She was born and raised here. After his repetitive verbal assault, he beat her with several punches to the head and the face. This beating was so bad, I believe if he would have hit her a few more times, she may have been dead. She may have died. After this, the school had the nerve to tell the parents in threatening language, don't talk to the media. As you can see, we didn't listen to the school. So as you can see, we're here talking with the media, talking to you all, and our call is for justice. Something is wrong with a school that allows racism and Islamophobia to not only fester, but to ignore it and then seek to cover it up. I was asked if I thought our current White House administration had an impact on this. Well, let's be clear. My response was, racists and Islamophobes feel empowered these days, no doubt, but this assault came from someone who does not fit the typical profile. This young man is African American. It is important to note that bigotry and Islamophobia can come from all sides, all shades, and all political aisles. We must not be blinded by any stereotypes when it comes to fighting all forms of racism and Islamophobia. With that said, we have been pleased by the support from our people from both sides of the political aisle, and we have some here today: students, classmates, football players, and others. Because the safety and security of our children is what should be foremost above all. While the school seems to be moving to save face, the face that they should be moving to save is the face of our children. Unfortunately, that's not the case, and that's why we are here. I have a few more speakers this morning who would like to share a few words. We have Brooke Weiss from the Moms of Liberty. She's also a mother, has a daughter in Ardrey Kell.
Thanks, Jibril. As he mentioned, I'm a mother of a student at Ardrey Kell. I have two daughters that already graduated from Ardrey Kell. I'm also the chapter chair of Moms for Liberty, have been for 4 years, brought the organization to the state of North Carolina, and I'm Jewish. Politics was mentioned. We may not agree on everything politically here, but this surpasses politics. I've been fighting for safer schools for a very long time, and I just really want to make one point, because there's a narrative out there right now. People have no idea what really happened, and I don't care how it did or didn't start. We're talking about a small female and a football player. I don't care how it did or didn't start. No one, even if they're claiming self-defense, has the right to do this. And the law supports what I'm saying. Nobody has the right to do this. even in a claim of self-defense, you can only defend yourself to the point that the threat is gone, not to the point that someone's face is smashed and needs surgery. We all need to stand together, no matter religion, no matter politics, no matter race, to demand safer schools. And that's why I'm here today, standing with this family.
Thank you, Brooke. At this time, we'll take a few questions. I don't think the parents are comfortable speaking much to the media, but we'll try to answer the questions the best we can.
Jibril, in terms of the surgeries that you mentioned, what kind of surgeries is she going to have?
She has to have reconstruction on her nose,
The face, the jars.
the face, the jaw. Several bones, I think 3 bones were broken
And she's
in her
gonna
face.
go an eye evaluation today to see if surgery is needed.
Her eye as well. I mean, she was beating, in my opinion, and I honestly feel this, I'm not exaggerating, I feel if she got hit 2 or 3 more times by this guy, she could have been dead. And I still think she's probably suffering from light concussion as well. I mean, she was beating. Got beaten.
When
young lady's name and age and grade?
no.
We're not revealing her name right now. We're not
Her age,
revealing
her age.
anyone. She's 15. 15 sophomore. 15,
Sophomore.
yes.
And has she gone to Ardrey Kell her entire high school career?
Yes.
Okay. In terms of circumstances, can you say anything about what she says led up to all of this? I mean, was she in the cafeteria?
No,
Was she walking home?
she was in her math class.
What was going on?
She was in her math class. And evidently this guy is a bully. From what I'm hearing, it's not the first time that he's been in trouble in this type, a similar incident. And he was bullying her over and over and calling her names over and over and you know, really, you know how bullies do. He was doing the work of a bully.
She was in her math class.
How did CMS characterize it as a fight? My understanding is it went from an altercation in a math class to somehow now our community believes this was a fight between 2 males in a classroom. How did it get where we are today?
Well, that's a good question. And I think that's a question that we need to be asking the principal and CMS, because that's the narrative that's going out. But if you look at these pictures, this is not a fight. This is not a fight. This is a beating. This is the beating. Like I said, a couple more blows and she could have been dead. That's not exaggerating. This is a girl a football player, roughly the size 6'3", 225, 250, athletic, beating on a female young girl. You tell me that's a fight. I've never seen a fight like that.
You say this happened inside the math class. Was there not a teacher present? Like, was there administrators? Was someone from the school inside that class?
That's other good questions. That there was a teacher there, but was he really present? A lot of times these teachers are not really present. There's a lot of stuff going on in the room, and they're not really present. They're not really paying attention. They're not really controlling the classroom like they should.
Was there a pattern? Was there a pattern of bullying between this individual and this young lady?
Well,
had this happened in the past before?
It started. I just asked the father. It started like 10 days ago, and he was eyeballing her, and he was trying to, in a way, intimidate her, and then it started calling her words, and it led to this. So it's been going on for 10 days.
Did he stop on his own, or did someone pull him off?
I believe next door teacher is the one that pulled him off, because when they went to the hallway and it was sad because he chased her to the hallway after she left, because when he hit her in the back of the head, she walked out of the class, and that completely destroyed the fact that what they're saying that she punched him first. She did not. He punched her from the back of the head. She ran to the hallway, and that's when the other teacher took an action.
So just getting understanding about this, the fight, the altercation verbally started inside the math class.
Yes.
And now we're hearing that then it ended up in the hallway. She tried to walk away then, correct?
Correct.
No, she ran away after she got hit because she did not know what hit her in the back of the head, and he chased her out, and nobody decided to do any action. The teacher was just standing there watching everything, and the school, I don't know what happened. I don't know who was there.
What
How
did
did
he
she
hit her
get medical
with?
care?
What did he hit her with, and when he ran out?
He punched her.
continued
He
to
punched
hit
her.
in the hallway?
Yes.
He continued to hit
Yes.
her in the
From the back. Most of the
Did
bunches
CMS
came
get
from the
medical
back.
care?
CMS did not get medical care. CMS actually expected her mother to take her to the emergency room, and her mother was shaking. How would you feel? You going to pick up your child. Your child is bloody and the face is all messed up. You expect her mother to take her to the emergency room? But that's what the school told her to take her, and also told her don't contact the media.
What
have reached
disciplinary action has taken place so far? Has
Uh,
there been comment about that? And is this young lady still in school today?
Well, we know the boy has been suspended for 10 days, and yesterday they suspended her. How you get suspended when you're not even in school on your second day? Probably because the press release went out. In the classroom. They should have. If they were doing their job, they should have.
And to be clear, when did this specific incident happen?
Friday, last Friday.
Okay. That being said, we've been reporting, and a lot of us have been reporting on incidents involving violence or potential weapons in schools, particularly CMS, over the past few weeks. The fact that this happened still around this same time period, that has to give everybody here a little bit of pause. Please explain, go a little bit further into the fact that
Well-
there's been a lot.
Well, I think all of us here, I mean, most of us have children or related to someone in the school system. I think we should all put pressure on CMS, from the superintendent to the school board to principals, on all levels. I mean, this has to stop. If you can't come to class and not be violent, then sorry, but you need to stay home.
Has the,
If you don't get if you don't get an education, it's not our fault.
has the family filed an incident report with the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department?
Yes, there's an incident being filed. Since he's a juvenile, a lot of this stuff is.
It has already been filed?
Yes. And it's in the works. I mean, yeah.
And I know this is a hard ask, but we would, if we can, we would like to hear from someone from the family about this circumstance. I know you said it's very difficult right now, obviously, as they're trying to go through emotions at this point, but I think it would mean a lot to hear from what the family has to say during this very difficult time about
Well-
how their daughter is injured.
I hear you. The father is here. I'll ask him. Like I said, he's.
Just a few words.
Yeah.
I'll let her brother talk.
Okay. Her brother is here.
Come on, Ronnie.
Yeah, I just want to say that I hope he gets justice for what he did. I hope he gets justice for what he did, and I hope that he sees what he did is wrong, and that the same thing happens to him just because he wants to be evil. I hope evil happens to him as well.
If I could ask you, after this entire thing happened, and you saw your sister, I mean, what went through your head in that first moment of seeing her, you know, with the physical injuries, the emotional injuries? What went through your head during that moment?
Well, obviously, I was mad. I wanted to fight the kid, but I can't do that. So I was just mad at the school that they didn't do anything. They didn't try to stop the fight at all. I know the teacher that was in there. He didn't try to do anything either, and he definitely could do something. He's young, and he's pretty big guy. So I was just mad that the school didn't do anything, and no one around the class did anything as well.
Young man, what's your name, and are you a student here as well? How old are you?
I'm 19, and I used to go to the school. Yeah.
Okay, tell me about your sister. What do you want us to know about your sister?
You know, she gets a lot of times at school. She would tell me that she would come home, she's getting bullied, but I just tell her just to ignore it. You know, it doesn't matter. They just keep talking, because I went through it as well. People call me a terrorist, all that, but you just got to keep ignoring it. And I didn't think that anyone would punch or anything, but then when I saw that, it was just crazy to me.
Did you go to school at the same time with her, or were y'all
No, I
separated?
graduated a while ago.
Okay, from Ardrey?
Yeah.
What are some of her hobbies? What does she like to do? Tell people about your sister.
She likes to hang out with her friends and family. She also likes to talk to her schoolmates a lot. She has a lot of friends in school, but in that specific class she didn't have any friends, and it was all his friends. So that's why the narrative is twisted from him.
What was the response from the administration when you spoke out against
The response from the administration, it was they acted like it wasn't a big deal.
neglected?
Yeah.
Complete neglection.
Yeah, they neglected it. They said, we just need to get the statements and see what happened. Clearly, we know what happened. You can just see from the pictures. And they just acted like it wasn't a big deal.
Did they call 911 for her?
N-
Take her to the hospital?
No, they had a school resource officer, and he was just acting like it was just a police report that he had to do. And then when my dad said that he needs a real cop there, he was saying I'm the real cop. And then he told him that there's like thousands of cases, so it'll probably just never get touched, like this case, just to forget about it.
So they clearly saw her very injured and did nothing about it.
Yeah, they didn't call 911 ambulance or anything.
What would you and your family like to see be done for the result of this situation?
I want to see him definitely expelled from the school and punished legally.
Has he been suspended?
Yeah, he got suspended for 10 days, but she also did, which makes no sense.
Next day, on Monday, they call us and they said she's gonna get suspended too, because they want to make it sound like it was just a fight. They want to ignore the fact that she got beaten. They said, oh, it was a fight between two kids, and the administration took the decision to suspend both of them. This wasn't the decision on the date happened. They said, we just need to get a statement, and we said, she's not gonna talk to you. Then then we gotta suspend her for 10 days.
Yeah.
What date did this happen on?
It happened on Friday, and they called us Monday.
They called you on Monday.
Yeah.
Can we get clarification? I know there was an incident report filed.
Tuesday, I'm sorry. They called us Tuesday to suspend her.
You
It happened Friday.
mentioned there was either an incident report filed or one that's being filed. Which one is it? Has it been
Yeah,
filed?
it was filed, and then
It's filed, and it's in the works.
yeah, and the officer that was there, he was saying there's thousands of cases, and this will probably never get worked on. And also there was administrators coming in while my sister was bleeding and everything. They were trying to get a statement so that they could like flip the story when she was like clearly can't speak. And the nurse herself had to tell the administrators to stop trying to get a statement from her because she clearly can't. Like she's not in the right state of mind.
When you
your sister
saw
still
her
feel safe
bruises
attending that
and everything, what were your thoughts when you saw the damage?
Yeah, I was just angry, but my sister definitely won't be returning to the school because if she has to leave the school in a stretcher, there's no way I'm gonna let her go back to it.
Are they claiming she hit him?
Yes.
Yeah, she's the guy's claiming that he hit her first, or and then, like,
She hit him first.
Yeah, she hit him first.
What grade is this man in?
They're both in 9th grade, I'm pretty sure.
9th grade.
He's in the ninth grade.
Yeah,
But she's a sophomore, correct?
yeah.
That's 10.
Has any police officer followed
The
up
10th
with
grade?
you
I'm not sure.
about
Let
pressing
Jibril
charges?
Huh?
Has any police officer followed up about pressing charges? They that you followed up?
Yes, I spoke with someone from CMPD yesterday, and I was assured that it's going through the proper process to get elevated to where we want it to go. We're seeking hate crime. And like I said earlier, you know, he's a juvenile, so a lot of stuff can't be shared, but I was assured that it's going through the process. The FBI will be looking at it, I'm told. So the wheels of justice turn slowly, but we have to keep grinding at it.
Yeah, but on the beginning, nobody reached out to us. Nobody want to talk about it.
Jibril, why did CMS tell the parents, or what explanation did they give to not contact and talk to the media about it? What did they say why?
Well, they didn't say why, but I think we all know why. You know, they try to save face and they try to cover up. I mean, you guys at the media, I'm sure you have more stories than we have about incidents that has happened inside of CMS, and nothing is ever done, or they don't get the light that it deserves. And that's why we're here today. You know, we want the light to be on it. We want something to be done. We don't want this to happen to anyone's child. It's not just about you know, our sister here. It's about anyone's child. We don't want this to continue to happen at CMS, and evidently CMS has an epidemic of violence and needs to stop.
The superintendent is currently doing a campaign that our schools are safe and we all need to trust CMS. She sent a letter home to all parents in the last week or so making that case. Is it possible that CMS is taking this course of action to save their public relations investment, whereas they're telling parents it's safe while they're covering up incidents of hate like this? That's a question.
It's a question to you, Jibril.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
What, is this the father here? What is your name,
No, I'm
sir?
the uncle. That's the
You're
father.
the uncle. What
Yes.
is can you spell your name, please?
Sure.
So that we can spell it correctly.
My name is Nael Abu Daba. Last name spells Abodabba.
And the first name is, you said?
Nael, Nael.
Okay, and you're the uncle
Yes.
of the victim.
And I'm also the chairman of the Islamic Center of Charlotte.
Thank you.
Jibril, are they going to appeal the
spell your
10-day
name.
suspension?
It's Abraham
that's what we're
Nassif,
requesting.
Ibraheem, last name
We are requesting
Nasif.
to have it removed from our record as well.
Say it again for me.
Well, this-
Say it one more time.
Say it one more time.
It's Ibrahim Nassif, Ibrahim, and then my last name is Nasif.
You mentioned that the bullying has been ongoing. Would you say that this has been, you were a student there, was this a culture that's been persisting for years?
Yeah, it definitely was, but no one ever obviously tried anything with me. So, but when they see a little girl, they think that they're tough and they can do something. But my sister would come home to me at least, I'd say like once every 2 weeks, telling me about something racist that happened. I'd just tell her to ignore it or just tell an administrator, and she would tell them, but they wouldn't do anything all the time.
How big
They're
is your
like,
sister?
she's probably like 5'6", 5'8". And this guy, I heard that he's like 6'2", and he's on the football team. So.
Might be an unfair question to ask, but I'm going to ask you. Do you think they ignored her because he was a football player?
Yeah, they definitely did. They've done this in the past as well with other players, where they try to cover it up because they're a good player. And when they do something crazy and racist, they try to cover it up so they can keep playing on their team. The school, all they care about is their image.
And it's not only that. It's not just because he's a football player. That's a part of it. But if this would have happened at West Charlotte, I'm sure you wouldn't have to dig so far to get information about it. It's at Ardrey Kell. They don't want negativity to come out of beautiful Ardrey Kell. I think we all know that.
And then, sir, can we get your name as well, name and spelling as well?
Mine?
Yeah.
Jibril, Jibril, Hough, Hough.
And how are you related to the family in this?
I'm the spokesperson for the family, you could say.
And the spokesperson for the Islamic Center of Charlotte.
And with the Islamic Center of Charlotte.
I got a question. Did the nurse in the school see the girl and how much she's severely injured? Why she didn't call 911? That right there here. You need to call 911 right away.
Yeah.
If
The nurse.
Don't you see that one how much severe it is?
Yeah. The nurse, she was trying to like care for her and cover the bleeding and everything, but I think it was the job of the administrators that were asking for a statement. I think it was their job to call 911, not try to get a statement.
Did she have a report? The nurse in the school? She has to have a report, because that's her job to determine how much severe is the injury.
Yeah. I'm not sure if she has a report, but she should.
So that's the job we have to look at from the school or from CMS or who will supply us with that information.
Yeah, definitely the school. We need to see what's going on with that.
Jibril, is the family considering taking legal action?
Yes, the family has an attorney now, and to answer your previous question, we are seeking to have the suspension removed from her record, because that's something that could carry on as she goes to college and whatnot, and for what? When she was a victim. So yeah, we're working on that.
Approximately how many Muslim students go to the school?
I'm not sure how many Muslims you think
In the school, I'd say like maybe around 100 maybe.
Yeah, he said around 100. I mean, it's a lot of Muslims that live in this area, so the number can go up and down. But no, I mean, Muslims are very visible in the school because there's a lot of Muslims live here in this area.
I had a question. So when CMS learned that the girl had broken bones, what was the CMS response? Did they have any response at all?
They didn't really have any response. They didn't call the paramedics. They expected her mother to take her to the emergency room. It was like, just another day at Ardrey Kell.
Has the family been contacted by any of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Board of Education or even their own board member from right here?
No.
Brother Ibrahim, can you speak from your perspective? Of course, it's Ramadan, we're all fasting and things of that nature. And clearly there's a disconnect in terms of learning about Islam and understanding the beauty of our religion. So can you speak on that and how we feel as a Muslim community in terms of not coming from hate, but just wanting justice from our point of view?
Yeah. I know that God will give him justice for what he did, and like the fact that this happened in Ramadan, it's very sad because, obviously we're all tired and we're just trying to relax, and it's a time to reflect on yourself, and then this happens, and it's sad. And also, I know that God will give him justice for what he did.
With the severity of the beatings that she's received, broken nose, broken jaw, etc., how is she feeling emotionally?
She's obviously very sad, but she was trying to stay strong through it all, but she can't because her eye hurts a lot. She can't really see through it, and also her jaw hurts too.
She's been in the hospital since this happened?
Yeah, she has to go to the hospital later today as well.
So she's actually hospitalized and inpatient. Is that what you're saying?
No, she had to go to the hospital, but then they sent her back home. But she has to return today to maybe get a surgery.
Okay, making sure I understood that correctly. Okay.
Yeah, she has to have surgery probably tomorrow, but she may have to have more than one surgery. Anybody else from the media? Any questions before we wrap it up?
Has the school or the district sent out any communication about this to parents about what happened?
Not that I'm aware of, but do you know
They
something?
sent it only to the parents of the students that were in the classroom.
Okay. Yeah, and of course their narrative is that it was a fight. That's what they're pushing.
It doesn't look like a fight. If he's 6'3" and she's
No.
tiny, there's no way it was a
This
fight.
was not a fight. It was an attack.
This is not a
That's the public relations office at work.
that's not a fight. I've never seen a fight like that. And these are easier pictures. They're worse pictures than this that we can't show.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you for coming out.
Thank you.